Okay, so Shadowlands is right around the corner, and I'm here to tell you everything you need to do when you hit level 60 to be ready for raiding, Mythic Plus, or Rated Arena, whichever is more your style. So obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is hit 60, and I know that's obvious, but when I say hit 60, this time that comes with one extra requirement. You must finish the expansion campaign, or you will not be able to move on and pick up your covenant. The next thing you're going to do is selecting your covenant, which you can do in Oribos after completing your campaign. After talking to all the potential covenants, your choice will send you off to your new home, your sanctum, and will give you a series of small quests that allow you to unlock the abilities that you got to test out whilst leveling through their respective zones. They will also introduce you to the Soulbind system, which is essentially a set of talent trees for free people you've met along the way or that you're going to meet. These Soulbind trees empower certain parts of your toolkit and just make you stronger as a character. But in order to unlock this Soulbind tree and the conduits, you must first complete 3 world quests, and I recommend that you go out and do more than 3, as that will also give you renown, which allows you to get more rows on your Soulbind tree and some very nice transmog if that is your thing. These Soulbound trees also have slots for conduits, which are very similar to glyphs in a way, and they will give you a quest for both of these to unlock your first Soulbind and give you your first 3 conduits, which these 3 conduits, at least at the moment, are all related to your Covenant abilities. Renown is also how you're going to unlock the item upgrade system for PvP gear, but right now the PvP gear is still not worth taking, as Mythic 0 gives 194 gear and fully upgraded blue gear only gives 197 and takes a long time to get, so isn't really worth it. The next on our list of things is you are going to get acquainted with the Moor and Torghast. You'll be sent down into the moor to find your missing companions, and you'll get reintroduced to the zone and what it has to offer for you at endgame. After a few quests and a bit of travelling back and forth, you'll gain access to Torghast as well, and to the Rune Carver, whom after locating his memories, will allow you to craft legendaries with him, which will take some time to acquire both the currency for creating legendaries and the items themselves, not to mention the powers that you need to put into these items. And whilst we're on the subject of legendaries, this time around professions are even more valuable than usual. They don't just provide the gear that you usually get at the start of an expansion, they are the sole means of getting your legendaries. But you can't build one by yourself on a single character. You need a combination of enchanters, scribes, and whatever armor type profession you are. So if you are plate, you need a blacksmith. If you are leather or mail, you need a leather worker, and tailoring for cloth. It's also worth mentioning that tailors are the only ones that can make cloaks, so if the legendary you're after is a cloak, you need a tailor, not a blacksmith if you're, say, a paladin. Jewel crafters are also the ones that you go to for making necks and rings. Shocking, I know, jewel crafting being useful. Okay, now after all that, it is finally dungeon time. But instead of just mindlessly farming, this time we should have access to a pre-bit list, kind of like how it works on Classic WoW. I'm sure the class discords are hard at work at making these BIS lists for each spec and class. Now, we have had BIS lists in the past on Retail WoW, but they were thrown out the window with Titan Forging and all the other RNG stuff that can happen. But in the event that your class discord doesn't actually have a BIS list for you, I would look up what your preferred stats are and just aim for that gear. If you don't have the item level after leveling up and doing some professions, just head into normals, farm up till you can do heroics, and just go from there into mythic. Now, if you have friends that are organised, you can skip normal altogether if you don't have the eye level and just walk into a heroic instead of using the dungeon finder. This is what I plan to do, and it's what I've done for the last 2 expansions before this. But gear isn't the only thing that we're after in these dungeons. We are also after the legendary powers which drop in dungeons. I will link a Wowhead article with all the locations of each power, as well as one for what your BIS power is going to be for each spec. The other thing we're hoping to gain from dungeons is the conduits, which, as I explained earlier, are essentially like glyphs, and they augment your spec going forward. During the first 24 hours, there is a weekly reset, at least for EU and Asia. I don't think the servers will go down, but they have stated they will not be allowing any mythic content on launch week. So for the first day or so, you do not need to rush this last one. You'll have till the end of the week to do it, so as long as you can get in some dungeons before the end of the week, you will be fine. And that concludes this guide for what to do at endgame. Now, things are still subject to change, so if something does change, please take this guide with a pinch of salt. Ultimately, I think the things I've mentioned here should still be relative through any changes that could come out. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one of whatever I make.